All right, guys, so what we're looking at right now is section 8.4, special products. And the last video on 8.3 was talking about FOIL and how we multiply the two binomials. What we're talking about now are products where they're just special cases. You know, for example, we have the square of a sum, square of a difference. And I want you to remember that whenever I square something, it means take that times itself. So, for example, the quantity a plus b squared is the same thing as a plus b times a plus b. So, what we did before was we FOILed that. Now, if I take this, and I'm just going to do that right here, a plus b times a plus b, and I FOIL that. So first, a times a is a squared, outside is plus ab, plus the inside is plus ab, and plus the last would be plus b squared. These are like terms. So I have a squared plus ab is 2ab plus b squared, okay? So that kind of gives you that pattern. Now, what they're looking to do is we're trying to make it easy, and we have this quantity squared goes straight to that. This quantity squared, this is or square of a difference, goes straight to this, okay? So that's what we're trying to do, is make it a little bit easy. Here's the pattern. What we end up doing is okay, the first term is a, the last term is b. So whatever this is, we square it, and that's the first term. The middle term is 2 times this, and the last term is always this squared, okay? So, and if it's a plus, these are both plus. If it's minus, the middle term is minus, and that's it. So a squared minus 2 times ab plus whatever that is squared. So let's see if we can figure out that pattern. So looking at example number 1 here, this is a square of a difference. So this is our a, this is our b. All right, so I'm going to follow this pattern right here. So we're looking at, take that squared, and then it's a minus sign, and then 2 times this, and then we have plus whatever that number is squared, and then we simplify it. So x squared minus 12x plus 36. If I FOIL that out, I would get exactly the same thing. Okay, let's look at this other example. This is a square of a sum. All right, so take this squared, so that would be 9p squared plus 2 times this plus that thing squared. So clean this up. 9p squared plus, that gives you 6 times 4 is 24, 24p plus 16. And that's your answer. One more of these. Okay, this is a square of a difference. All right, so I'm going to take this thing squared. So that's 16x squared. It's a minus sign, so minus 2 times 4x times 5 plus 5 squared, which is 25. Clean up that middle. 16x squared minus 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 40x plus 25. Again, if you FOIL this out, if you separated these, like you separated that to 4x minus 5 and 4x minus 5, and then FOIL it out, you'd get the same answer. This is just supposed to be a shortcut, all right? Now, the other pattern is called the product of a sum and difference, okay? And so what you're looking at is you have these two binomials are exactly the same except for one's plus and one's minus. So what ends up happening, since that's the case and you FOIL this out, let me do this over here. If I have a plus b times a minus b, and I FOIL it, a times a is a squared minus ab plus ab minus b squared. The two are exact opposites, the two middle terms, so that leaves me with a squared minus b squared. So that middle term disappears, and that's what we're looking for in this case. So we have this example here as well. All right, I'm not going to do all of these. I'll probably just do these, but so let's do this first one. So again, the trick is we've got to recognize that it's a product of a sum or difference, okay? They're exactly the same except for one's plus and one's minus. And then again, it's just supposed to be a shortcut. So we're going to take that, square it, and then it's going to be a minus sign. Always a minus. And then 4 times 4 is 16. Done. Okay? We won't do that one. So this one, they're exactly the same. One's plus, one's minus. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing here. Take that and square it. So that gives you 4d squared minus, and then 3 times 3 is 9. Remember, if I FOILed that out, the middle terms would cancel out. All right. We'll skip this one as well. Let's go ahead and do this one. Again, they're exactly the same except for one's plus, one's minus. So square that. 3a, the quantity squared would be 9a squared minus 2b. Squared that would be 4b squared. Done. Okay, and the last example I want to do with this, guys, is this one, just because the exponent on these terms is not just 1. So same thing, that is a product of sum or difference, product of a sum and difference. One's plus, one's minus are exactly the same. So if I take this times this or take this squared, that gives me x squared squared minus 1 squared is 1. X squared squared, power over power, multiply the exponent, so that x to the 4th minus 1, and that's your answer. All right, so that's section 8.4, special products.